Money, money, money. What comes to mind when you hear the word money? Maybe you want more of it. Maybe you're afraid of it. Maybe you spend too much of it when you don't have it. Maybe that's why you're here. In this episode, I'm sharing with you 3 money mindsets that could be holding you back. And I'm going to show you what you can do to get out of your own way so you can make it rain. So stick around. So the big question is this: how can we take our passion for helping people with their credit and turn it into a successful business without taking loans, without spending a fortune, by bootstrapping it from nothing, so we can help the most people and still become highly profitable? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Daniel Rosen, and welcome to Credit Repair Business Secrets. So many of us, we got into credit repair because we came from nothing, or we had nothing, or what little we had was being threatened to be taken away from us by the giant banks and bureaus. And because of that, our thoughts in life about money, too often, they're filled with stinking thinking, which leads to decisions that could be keeping you stuck. Here's why this is important. If you don't get your mind right about money, you risk staying stuck in a cycle of scarcity instead of a cycle of abundance. Without the right understanding of how to leverage your money in your business, you could do like I did and spend way more than you have and wind up with nothing to show for it. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. And lastly, if your focus remains just on money alone, you're not seeing the big picture. And that is going to be the number one thing that stops you from growing beyond what you can even imagine. So here's what you need to know. I am going to give you 3 money mindsets to help you to identify if you've got stinking thinking and if you need to make a change so that you can become more successful in business and in life. Are you ready? Money mindset number 1. Bootstrapping is the best way to build your business. The fact is, you can scale $1 at a time without going into debt. Okay? I know that's the opposite of what you hear a lot of gurus saying. People always say, especially in our Credit Repair Cloud community, people keep talking about business credit. You need business credit to build your business. You got to name your company in a way that you get more business credit. I say bullshit. Bullshit. All that's going to do is get you in debt. Okay? You don't have to get in debt to build a business. You just bootstrap from nothing. That's how I built Credit Repair Cloud. I was totally broke, and I built Credit Repair Cloud, and I launched it, and I didn't incur any debt. I have 0 debt to this day. When I first started my previous company, the one that I tried and I failed, I made the same mistake that most entrepreneurs make. At one point, I took out this huge loan against my house, and I rang up all my credit cards, and I got over $200,000 in debt just so I could pay to advertise my little $20 credit aid CD. Now, I couldn't afford any of that debt, and in the end, I didn't sell any software. I didn't sell anything. It did nothing for me. It was like I flushed away $200,000. It was the biggest and most expensive mistake of my life. But it taught me one really important thing about money that has allowed me to build what is now a multi-million-dollar 8-figure company. And here's what that is. You don't need to go into debt to scale. All you have to do is sell a little, earn a little, then reinvest a little, and then repeat, repeat, repeat. If you can't pay for advertising yet, chances are you probably don't need to. Okay, you probably haven't exhausted all the free opportunities to get in front of your community and network locally. If you can't afford an assistant yet, you probably don't need one. With Credit Repair Cloud, you can automate so much that it's not until you're having regular, highly profitable months that you even need to hire extra help. So bootstrapping, it's the best way to build a business from nothing. Okay, I still won't use credit cards. I won't use credit cards because I got in so much trouble with them in the past. I only use a debit card. I do not use personal credit. I do not use business credit. I do not believe in building a business with credit. I don't believe in investors either. I do exactly what I'm telling you, okay? Exactly this. And you know what? I sleep better at night because I don't have that pressure that I used to have when I was buried in credit card debt. That was the worst. Do you know that feeling? It's like you're drowning. It's the worst feeling there is. So if you remember one thing I'm telling you in this podcast, remember this. Never spend money that you haven't earned yet. And when you adopt this mindset, you're going to experience way more financial freedom. Okay, money mindset number 2. Jen Sincero, in her amazing book called You Are a Badass at Making Money, she says, take responsibility for the fact that you created everything in your life via your thoughts, beliefs, focus, actions, and energy, and that you have the power to shift your mindset, raise your frequency, and create new things that will serve you better. Get out of your victim mode and get into badass mode and be diligent about your mindset. Many of us come from a background of scarcity. Several of our Millionaires Club members, they lived in their car. They grew up without enough food on the table. And even me, I was homeless on the streets of Los Angeles when I was 13. You may have heard this story. I juggled on street corners to make enough to eat. The one thing that any of us who have overcome this, the one thing we all have in common is that we believed we could change our lives. We focused our energy and we shifted our attention to abundance instead of scarcity. Does that mean it was easy? Or that suddenly money just fell in our laps? No, of course not. It was really hard. I had to change habits, old habits. I had to make hard decisions. And I had to stay disciplined. But what I really want you to recognize here is if you have pain, uneasiness, or doubts when you think about earning a 6, 7, or 8-figure income, you may be making small decisions every day that are sabotaging your success and keeping you stuck. So dig into those feelings. And if you really want an easy and fun read about money mindset, pick up Jen Sincero's book. It's called You Are a Badass at Making Money. Now, the final and most important money mindset, number 3, is value people over dollars. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is so many entrepreneurs, they start their business one day and then the next day they want to be making a ton of money no matter what it costs. Now, I went through this. Okay, in my previous business, my little $20 CD, it came with a money-back guarantee. But do you think I wanted to give that money back whenever somebody asked for it? No way! I needed that money to eat. So I would get mad. I'd try to negotiate. I'd make it difficult for them to return it. I hated having to give up that $20 because I had worked so hard to make that sale in the first place. But do you know what happened when I started focusing on the lives that our software changes and the people behind the transactions and the purpose of our company instead of just the revenue? Well, here's what happened. Our customers were happier. There were fewer returns, which I began to give freely without frustration, and our revenue skyrocketed. And it still does, month after month after month. See, when your first and main focus is on changing lives, the money just comes. And it comes fast. So set your intention to make a difference, to help, to add value, and to make your life, your family's life, and your community's life better. And if you do that, your business will explode, just like mine has. One credit repair entrepreneur, his name is Jeff Rubens, he knows this better than anyone. He says caring about customers is what makes you a credit hero. And it's also what fuels the mission of his $1 million credit repair company. Before starting his own credit repair business, Jeff worked for a very large credit repair company. And based on his experience in big credit repair, he decided he wanted to do things better. So as a smaller company, Jeff says he can provide a more personal touch. And he credits his own credit repair company's growth to his commitment to providing the best possible customer experience. He and his team, they do this by caring about people's dreams, aspirations, and goals, by doing everything possible to help people to achieve them. And they do it by making sure that when a customer calls, someone always answers the phone. And they do it by using tools like Credit Repair Cloud to save time so they can give more attention to their clients. Jeff says, when you recognize that people are trying to do something to better their lives and to better their families' lives, it makes you feel really fulfilled to help them. And I couldn't agree more. So if you're ready, not just to potentially make $1 million in your own credit repair business, but to truly change lives, I want to invite you to become a credit hero by joining my Credit Hero Challenge. And if you're finding value in the things that I'm sharing on this podcast, click below to subscribe, okay? I don't want you to miss any episodes. And if you're feeling kind, rate me and give me a review, because this is a new podcast and I can use all the help I can get. And if you have a comment or a question, leave it down below so I can answer it. And I will see you on the next episode. So until then, keep changing lives. Hey everybody, it's Daniel again, and really quick, I'd like to invite you to join what I believe is the best thing we have ever created inside the Credit Repair Cloud community. And it is a challenge that we call the Credit Hero Challenge. If you're just planning out your business or you're just getting it started and you dream of having a successful business of your own so you can quit your 9-to-5 and fire your boss and have financial freedom, or so you can add another revenue stream to your existing business, if that's your dream, you need to get into this challenge. We created this challenge to help you to create and launch your very own credit repair business, to build a proper foundation for a really successful business. This challenge is going to help you to understand the strategy, the tactics, and all the things you need to be successful at credit repair. It really is the greatest thing we have ever built, and it will change your life. So I recommend you do it right now. Stop everything, pause this audio, go online, and go to CreditHeroChallenge.com. That's CreditHeroChallenge.com and join the next challenge. And there's a challenge that's starting in just a few days, so go get started right now at CreditHeroChallenge.com.